Ok, grazie a tutti. Iniziamo con il primo talk di questa traccia. And thank you, Matthieu, for coming to Italy. Matthieu is the founder and CEO of Hidora, and I'm very happy to have you here at Incontro DevOps. So, thank you again.
Thanks to you. First of all, I would like to thank all the staff team, because I know what is it organizing this kind of events, and it's a huge work. So I just would like to say thank you for the group's team, because it's a hard work. It's a hard work. So let me introduce myself. I'm Matthieu and I am the CEO and the founder of Hidora. It's just a Swiss cloud hosting provider oriented for the developers. And I am in the same time the founder of the DevOps Days in Geneva and the Meetup DevOps in Geneva. So today I would like to just introduce the subject. The subject is to talking about the return of investment of implementing DevOps culture and philosophy on a company. Because we have the DevOps world since many years, but how we can do it correctly and with a very good return of investment. That's the idea of the things. But for the beginning, what is DevOps? Because we have many definitions of this word. We have many words on the job description. We have many DevOps everywhere. But what does it mean? For me, the DevOps is the single this definition from Amazon. I think it's the best DevOps definition. Why? Because it's technical, because it's human, because it's customer-oriented. And in this talk, I will not speak about technical stuff. I just would like to speak about the real way of how to lead a DevOps culture in a philosophy and philosophy in a company. For me, DevOps is sharing. For me, DevOps is have a good time with a team. So I would like to do a team with you. So if you have any remarks, if you have any question, if you have any, yes, let's discuss. So please raise your hand during the conference, and we can start a discussion to have something we can elaborate together and discuss about what we talked today. So I'll let you read this definition and let me know if it's clear for you. So if for you this is the good way, please raise your hand. If you have another definition, please tell me. Is it a good definition for you? Yeah, I saw some like this. Don't hesitate. We are here to communicate. We are here to discuss about this subject. Do not hesitate. So let's discuss. We spoke about dev and ops. We introduced testing, and of course we don't forget security, but most of the time we don't care about the business. And the principal way of company is making business, making money by development a software, selling a software, or just using a software for selling something else. So we need to take care of the whole picture, so take a high level of a company and make sure that everything is under control about these efficiencies. So we will try to make this change and stability and quality and security oriented to the business, oriented to your company. That's the main point of what is the DevOps. DevOps is, first of all, methodology. Let's about communication. Communication is simple, free, and we can use it everywhere, with chat, with tools, but just having a coffee with your team, with your manager, with the business side, and you can discuss about their problem to put it in your responsibility. DevOps includes change, so we need to have people able to change all the time. Because development is a full time of change. New feature, bug fixes, and we need to take care about this, but we need to have the management on board on this. We need to have all people able to change their mind and change their way to work and way to process their work. This is one of the biggest problems today, to change a philosophy or change a procedure in big company to move to another procedure. Because people, yes, I'm in my comfortable zone, I don't want to move. I have my fixed hour, I have my job, plan, write it on the script. I don't want to move. That's the problem of changing to another philosophy. So what we have to do is we need to onboard people able to change, able to put themselves in question. Okay, I did right, I did good. I can change to make something good. I can change to make some things together. That's the way of the DevOps philosophy. Of course, we have the feedback loop. Of course, we need to learn about other people. We need to learn about our team. We need to learn about people bringing new ideas, bringing new architecture, bringing new kind of work. So we have, of course, tools to make a quality code review. We have tools to make security review. So we have tools to tell us that there is a problem. But we need to do it together to improve and have a unique force by team to say, okay, we would like to go on the same way together to fix the problem or to improve our solution. So that the way of that is make a team, make a unity to have something good for the business. DevOps is not something that we hear everybody on social network. It's not a job title. Please stop, HR guys, stop to write, I would like to have a DevOps engineer. DevOps engineer, it doesn't exist. You are a specific skills in tools, Ansible, Puppet, automation, CI/CD, development, sysadmin, whatever you would like to use, but DevOps is more of a culture of a company, a methodology, and not a people. Just step back and process like SAFe, like agility, like other methodology we can have in a company, but not in a job title. Please stop doing that. Are you agree with that or not at all? Yeah, no, that's the point, because everybody can a DevOps guys. That means, okay, I can use CI/CD of GitLab, so I'm a DevOps guys. If you are fixing in your mind, if you are not open to discuss, if you are not customer oriented, so no, you are not a DevOps guys. You are a GitLab expert, that's all. Well, you see what the difference about the taking a step back, high level of the company and high level of the building company and the building team to have something about discussion, sharing, and improve, to have a continuous improvement. That's the best way. DevOps is not only technology, because when you go on Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever you like, social network, we have DevOps, Docker, Kubernetes, and that's all. I'm not sure that's the way to improve the first definition of Amazon. Yes? Maybe it's better? Like better than now? Okay, good. No, maybe it's fine like this, but I seems to hit it.
Too high on the back of the room. Thank you.
Is it better like this? Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, it's not only technology. What I mean with that is say, okay, we move to new technology to improve faster delivery, to improve faster rollback. Okay, yes, Docker, Kubernetes, and others cool stuff like this is fine, but that doesn't answer to all problem we have in the first definition of DevOps. Improve the quality of the software, improve the quality of the delivery, improve the quality of the customer satisfaction. The customer don't care if you are on Kubernetes. He doesn't care. He just would like to have a software with his feature he asks and with stability. That's what he needs. So if your company would like to sell some things, this is what the customer needs and not what the dev or ops team needs. That's the problem today, that technology is nice. I'm very happy because I use it all day long, but we need to be focused on what is the business is for. The idea of the DevOps is to be service-oriented. We need to provide. We are IT guy, we are a service cost in the company. We don't provide, we don't make money, we provide a service to our final customer. We need to be product-oriented, so stop to be in silo and just to be in a family to
to provide a product, a service. And of course, if you have in the same team, if you have in the same mind, we have the same responsibility to provide the DevOps philosophy and the DevOps responsibility of everybody. That's the way I see the DevOps. Does your company are ready to move to the DevOps philosophy? Because if you would like to move from old-fashioned way and would like to move to the DevOps, there is many questions. Of course, this is more management level, but this is more about if the company is ready to move to this philosophy. We need to have some question, the right question about that. Do you have a leader to take the change, evangelize the philosophy, and move everywhere? That's the real question. Does your management support you? Because you need a good management able to support you in terms of many ways. Of course, do you have a company customer-oriented? What does that mean? That means if you have each teams only on their small open space and thinking about them or by them, this is the problem. Do you have any technical depth to move to the DevOps philosophy and be able to change a lot of time, because DevOps is change? This is the question we would like to try to answer. We would like to work together. That's the way. So we need a leader able to move to the DevOps philosophy to say, okay, we want to change, so I would like to push and evangelize with small talk in the company, with small plein air company and plein air talk about, okay, what we can do for our customer, what we can do for the product. And the question is, have you got people with an evangelize the DevOps culture in the company? That is the first question you can have to moving to the DevOps, because if all developer or DevOps guys or ops guys say, okay, I just would like to go to Kubernetes, I would like to go to CI/CD, I just would like to go to this, that would not solve your problem. Do you have somebody able to manage and evangelize the whole company about this? So bring team together, all people. What I mean all people is, yes, customer, the business side, the developer, the ops, and all team together to listen what they need, and then you can move. When you would like to push the DevOps culture in your company, of course, there will have many change. You need to have the management approval for many questions. The first of all are, do you have people to make the change? If not, do we need to keep them? So we need to have a management able to fire or hire new people. And that could be difficult. I have an answer. I have just a small example. Kudelski company, a bigger one, moved to the DevOps since 6 or 7 years ago, and they have 100 developers. 10 of them say, yeah, we don't want to change, we are old guy, we don't want to change. Okay. Kudelski management say, you have 6 months to change the procedure and how you work. You need to be involved in the new DevOps culture in your company. At the 6 months, on the 10 guys, only 4 change. The 6 left, okay, fire. In 1 day, fire. Everybody was fired just because they didn't follow the philosophy. So we need to have a management able to do this, because you cannot have a rock on your foot and don't let you change and accept changements. That's one of the problems. You need to have everybody involved in the change, because if you have some people in their side would like to change with how can I say that, reflection and say, oh no, I don't want to change, we need to have this kind of person. So people need to be open mind, need to be open source, and let's discuss to share. You don't want to have an ego on this, guys, because people with ego doesn't want to share, doesn't want to having good time with the company, and that's maybe a problem. So we have to involve all people, even the business side. I have a good example. In Geneva, I work for one of the biggest hospitals, and they try to move to the DevOps philosophy. One of the problems that they have 10,000 customers, but only 100 IT guys, developer and sysadmin. And the good way is they start to listen, nurse. What do you want on your software? Do you want the red button on right or the red button on left? And they start from the beginning because nurse was involved in the process of their software because this is the software they use every day. So the developer needs to listen the business side, the work side. So this is one of the management level to say, okay, we need to involve everybody, IT, but business side. And this is very important because IT guys have many ideas, but we need to listen what the business needs. This is the main way to make money and to make happy people. Because DevOps is also happiness. This is, I would like to work in my company because everybody is involved and, let's say, responsible and proud of what they do together. This is like a family. So this is what we need to do in company. Of course, management needs to support you to spend money because we need to change, we need to learn, and of course we have new software, we have new training to do, and they need to say, okay, I would like to move to DevOps, but we will use only open source, it's free, I don't want to spend money of this project. And that many times I receive this kind of management report and feedback about when I spend time to explain them what it's the DevOps for them. And they need to be ready for change for the management in the same time because company will start to move very fast and very, yes, very fast is a good way, but in very good direction. So the management need to be able to be agile and able to answer very fast and make few meetings, yes, very clear about, okay, we support your change, but we need to support with you and not just looking you. We need to be customer-oriented because in the old-fashioned way, we have this problem that we are in silo. And the problem is, okay, it's not in my P&L. It's really egocentric and very on my team and not oriented to the customer, oriented to the product. That's the problem. So we have to work together in the same way to satisfy a customer. This is the DevOps philosophy, and of course, technology, methodology will help to move to that. We need to share problems. So work finding DevOps problem now, we already all know this meme, but this is true. This is true that we have to share together and be responsible of what we do together as a team for a product, for a customer. That's the way we can promote the DevOps. We have a technical debt, and that's the main problem of many companies. I use SAP, I use this software. It's very slow, I cannot change when I want. It can be very against the DevOps philosophy to the satisfaction of the customer. So what we could do, rewrite, refactor, there is no answer. I think each case could be completely separated, and of course, we need to be discussed about that. But we need to discuss with the management, with the business, and with the IT guys to say, okay, what is the best way, what is the cost of refactoring or rewriting the software we used, and what the added value of what we are looking for to do this. That's one of the points. And when we think about this, it can take time to make this change and take the responsibility of this change. That's the principal way. We have a company with, this is a big insurance in Lausanne, and they have a very old software based on EJB and Java and all transaction way. And now they made the software internally. The developer guys have 60 years, so they are thinking about moving to the retirement. So now what we do? Build a new team with the new developer and rewrite the old code, refactor the current one, or purchase a new one. What's the solution? I think there is no answer to that. That's, yes, any answer can be done, but it's more about what's the philosophy and how many money you can put on this project to change. So we need to involve everybody in this kind of project. I just repeat the same word, but it's really important to say, okay, if the software is okay now for the business, for the customer, maybe we can continue to keep it. Maybe we can just rewrite it, module by module. Or if there is many change to do, because the business is not happy with this software, okay, we need to rewrite completely the software and base from scratch, and start from scratch. So, any question until now? Any reflection about this? No, for the moment. So, what's the cost of implementing DevOps culture? Because it could be very expensive. Time is the problem. It was the problem. When a developer asking for a new development environment, maybe 10 years or 15 years ago, we need to ask his manager discuss with the sysadmin guys, okay, we have the resources, okay, I ask my guy to create a virtual machine. It can take weeks. I work with one of the biggest trading company of the world, making thousands of billion of turnover. They make 1 or maybe 2 weeks to have a virtual machine. They have money. It's not a problem with resources. It's just a problem with processes. And that's the way. So this time is very expensive. When you are a company making multi-billion turnover, you don't have time. Time is a lot of money. And it was a way for them to say, we would like to move to the DevOps philosophy, but our process is strong. Our process is really strong, and we are proud of that. And this is a problem. So we need to change the mentality, the management, to move to a new way. But there is many impact to do this, and so we need to focus on what is the added value for the end customers, for the traders. What is the value for the traders? So before DevOps implementation, a lot of things are made by humans. Humans are great, but they are not reliable. Because today I have a bad sleep at the hotel. Today I'm not in the good way to do the good job. Yesterday was nice, so I did a good job yesterday. We are human, we have emotion, we have something can change in the time. We start to automate. This is one of the questions. And I don't know if you remember, but when we start the automobile stuff, we start to automate automobile creation and building. So this is one of the way. Of course, 70% of managers are not able. When we ask a developer to make a new virtual machine to test a new software, it takes weeks. It's not normal. So you lose time, everybody is unhappy, and that's a problem. This is the cost of bad emotion, no automation, no added value, and time. This is the cost of the developer, of the old-fashioned implementation. Of course, we have no sharing responsibility. I have my virtual machine for my dev team, works fine. When I move in production on my cloud system, it doesn't work. Why? Because it's not automated, because it's not physically based on code. This is not true, in fact. This is not ISO. That's one of the problems. This is the cost of the DevOps. What is the added value of implemented DevOps philosophy in culture in your department, team of the company? So the added value, how we have the investment. We try to automate everything. So I'm pretty sure you know everything about automation on Ansible, Kubernetes, and all things to automate, CI/CD, deployment, all of this, Puppet and whatever. We try to have a source of truth, Git, everything as code. So we have in Git the way to have the versioning, the way of who do the change, and we have the way to make a rollback. If you compare to the old-fashioned virtual machine made by hand, we cannot have this. We try to have a communication because we have a team oriented in the same way for the product. So this way is great because I'm not alone, okay. And we share responsibility. That means, okay, we are product-oriented or company-oriented, so I am with my dev, I'm ops, I'm my business with me, and we're focused on the same way. That's the point. Of course, we have a continuous delivery and a continuous improvement. We try to be focused on the customer. That's the way. So keep calm and code everything on Git, and that should be enough to have a very good starting on the DevOps philosophy. Machines are made to perform repetitive tasks and not humans. It's what I explained before. So CI/CD, pipeline, API, infrastructure as code. This is the way of the automation, and be focused of what you do in added value and not just creating virtual machine with a template. Of course, we need to be a bit masochist. That means, okay, I fail, I'm agree to fail. I'm okay to fail, and let's start and correct it. We can improve faster for dev, for operational, and for business side. That's the way. So what is the return of investment of the DevOps practice? We'll try to prove by example. This is one of our customers. It's a small example because I don't want to speak about Spotify, Netflix. We already saw this kind of DevOps transformation, and that's great, but it's difficult to understand that at a SME company. So let's speak about a small SME. Started in 2016. 2 developers, 1 office accounting, so the business side, and 1 sales. On-prem with Linux installation. So they are on the customer side, installing a Linux machine, put the software on it, or a shell on the virtual machine hosting. This is the way. So software as a service in kind of way for on virtual machine, shared, and Linux on-prem Linux. So time to onboarding a new customer, few weeks. Time of support and upgrade. So you need to move to each customer to upgrade their Linux and their application. 8 hours per customer per year. So the sales takes time to sell this software. 15 new customers per year. So it's not enough to pay the salary for people. They try to move to the culture and DevOps philosophy in terms of mindset. So very oriented to the customer. They move to a cloud provider and they make everything as code in Docker with full CI/CD, DNS, CDN, everything is infrastructure as code. And it was the way to change to automate a maximum. And the result is really good because new customer is just 5 minutes. The sales guys have a web interface with, okay, I can choose which customer, you just sign. Automatically, the CI/CD is providing a new environment just for them in a SaaS system. Now they are 16 and they are really focused on customer. Customer have a web interface to make feedback with print screen, with log, and whatever they want. So they are very focused on what the customer wants. Less support, because if there is any problem, they can apply with Git, with CI/CD, automatic pages on their application. No more sysadmin, they do everything on Git. So now they have 100 new customers each year on their application. So in terms of business side, this is the way about the return of investment of the DevOps philosophy. They save time. The reliability about with infrastructure as code, the quality of code is better because now they are focused on the code, on the application, and not on making support of the Linux machine. They work in agile, focused on customer, and they work by, okay, we take care about the business, then we can dev and security and ops, the full improvement. And then everybody, teams and customer are satisfied, and this is a good way of when you purchase something, you are happy with that, and team are happy with that. So let's continue that there is no real cash about return of investment. Unfortunately, it's difficult to put a number to a DevOps transformation. It's very, very difficult. So we just, let's say just, improved everyone's lives. IT guys, business, management, and of course, customer. This is the way of the return of investment of the DevOps philosophy. We've more focused about the business, so IT make business make money, management make money. IT are in the same responsibility, sharing responsibility, same way. So now we can move forward together with the customer about the satisfaction. And now it's the way of the DevOps can improve the philosophy and system. I just would like to say and invite you to come to the DevOps days in Geneva. So if you would like to make a talk or come as a visitor, you are most welcome. Just drop me an email and I will make just a small offer on the ticket size, of course. You are most welcome. DevOps for forever for me because it's not only technical, it's more about customer and people. Thank you for listening, and if you have any question, feel free.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, we have time for at least one or two questions. Just a moment.
Hello, thank you for your talk. I was thinking when you said like there's now this role of the DevOps engineer, right? And so to summarize, basically you are saying DevOps is a way to kind of approach and work within the team, which won't be focused strictly on creating new feature for the product itself, but mainly based on automation and basically make the platform itself evolve from the bottom up rather than starting from the product and develop something that then will do all the rest. Am I right?
Thank you, Michel. In fact, each people have a job. Developer develops, sysadmin take care about the server, network, and security. Security guy take care about security. And the DevOps role should be the automation guys. But DevOps is more about a methodology. So the exact role of taking care about the automation is an automation expert, like a developer expert, like a sysadmin expert. You see what I mean? It's
anyway, it's a joint venture.
Yeah.
Between all the different areas.
Exactly.
The product, again, evolved by inside and not...
Exactly. The DevOps need to be seen as high-level culture of the team or a company, but this is most a way to work, a philosophy of teams, but not a technical guys. Which way? Developer or... Sorry? A technical person. That means it's not, okay, you are an Ansible expert. Yes, it's good for you, but if you have not the mindset of sharing, discuting, making brainstorming with your team, be open about reflection, be open to fail, it's not a DevOps, guys. It's more an automation in his mind, and that's the problem. You need to be mindset open to share and to accept remarks, so to fail and have feedbacks for people. This is the way of the DevOps, is the methodology and the culture. That's, we don't speak about people, we speak about the philosophy of working. Is it clear for you or not enough? We can continue.
Okay, a really quick one by Ale.
So just want to put my 2 cents on this cloud of meanings about DevOps and everything, which according to me makes sense. Everything makes sense in some ways. A philosophy, a process, is the culture. Could be also a DevOps job title. Why not? I'm not the only one. I mean, I wouldn't kill for the definition. But if you mean by DevOps engineer someone who works on automation, who basically manages infrastructures in different ways, who has the various knowledges around IT, so from developing to operations, to database and so on, of course, not everything. So again, it's very generic, this cloud of meanings, no? This fog of semantic vibes, which may change according to every single interpretation. So at the same time, following this same cloudy approach, I will also say, why not DevOps engineer, if you want to identify that kind of persons which has this kind of knowledge, knows about the cultures, knows about the process, what is all about DevOps, and knows some of the tools. So maybe has some specifications needed to do the work. In most cases, probably is the sysadmin, the cloud engineer now, whatever has to manage the infrastructure, not maybe develop only, but mostly manage infrastructures. But again, it depends on who you ask. So, yeah, I wouldn't kill for definition of if a job, please don't use job DevOps engineer, please. Why not?
Why not? Because a manager, so CEO, CTO, whatever you would like, could be a DevOps manager because he is open, he's ready to change, he has able to have feedback from his bottom of his team. You see what I mean? It's not technical. Yes, it's more a buzzword and something like this. But yes, of course, I'm not against. I'm not close to that. But it's just I would like to focus on about the way to work compared to a technical guys. Yeah.
Coffee break time. Continue your discussion in front of a coffee.